So Vanessa, before we start, I just want to say thank you so much for taking time out of your very busy schedule to actually have this interview with me. It really does mean the world. So Vanessa, you're arguably playing the second most important character in the show, not just because of who Mary is in the show, but also because of her real world counterpart. How do you approach a character like Mary that is revered so much in the real world?
Well, I've drawn a lot of inspiration from the women in my family. When I first read the script, I felt like she reminded me of my second grandma, which was my grandma's sister. And my grandma passed away when I was very young, so she kind of became that figure for me. And she just had this warm, fuzzy feeling about her where, I mean, she had a character. I mean, it's not like she was all daisies, but when you saw her and you said hello, she would just hug you, and it was such a warm feeling. There was such a warm feeling about her, and even though she had such a hard life, she was a widow and she had gone through so much hardship. She still wanted to laugh and the first one to crack a joke and just loved life. You know, she lived until she was 90-something years old, and even then she would hardly speak, and when she said something, it was something funny, and she was just that kind of a person. She just loved life, and you wanted to hug her. You just felt drawn to her. I felt very strongly about Mary, like that.
So could you please just take us through your creative process of coming up with the character of Mary? Obviously, we have stories from the Bible, but they don't necessarily describe her personality exactly. So how did you and how did the directors kind of come up with this personality of Mary, decide, okay, this is how we want Mary to act, this is how we want her to depict her emotions and feelings?
I think initially, because when I came in, she was just going to be part of that initial first season where she just shows up in one episode. And so we see her as her younger self. And then, but then there really wasn't much of like a discussion as to kind of drawing from what I had brought into the audition. There was, however, one moment when I was doing the scene where I come to ask Jesus for help in the wedding at Cana. And I was coming in, and Dallas kept saying, no, let's do it again. I need you to do this and that. And I wasn't quite getting it. And then all of a sudden he goes, I need you to be the Mary that was looking for him at the very top of that episode, that was looking for him frantically. I want that strength in you. And this is what when I understood is like, it kind of dawned on me that I had been looking at her still with those kind of looking at her in such a vulnerable, fragile way, kind of like we see her in the iconography, I guess, of the faith, and not seeing her as the strong woman with conviction and determination that she can be. And it wasn't necessarily a discussion that we had previously to filming, but it was definitely a note that I take to this day, is like, she has convictions and she has something to say, and she's as driven and as faithful as she is strong.
And then finally, I just want to know, how has this show impacted you personally, and then to expand on that, potentially spiritually as well?
Well, I think it definitely has made me more aware of my spirituality, in the way that, like, how I want to live my spirituality. Like, I want to live it in the tangible moments of my day-to-day life, you know? Because I feel like all these characters, they really had a sense of of purpose that was present in all the moments of their life. And I've drawn inspiration from that for sure.
Well, Vanessa, I think we are nearing the end of our time together. I just want to say thank you so much for taking time out of your day to obviously participate in this interview. It really does mean the world to me.
Thank you. Nice to meet you.
Well, to you, the viewers, I just want to say thank you so much for taking time out of your day to watch these interviews. If you guys did enjoy them, then please make sure to check out the other interview I have done with The Chosen in the past. I've got another playlist dedicated entirely to interviews. So if you did enjoy these, please check those out. But I hope you guys enjoy the rest of your day. I hope it's a great one.